again. My name is McGarahan Junior. Today we have a very exciting guest. We have Ron Ball. Now Ron has sold over 1 million copies of his 11 books. He's spoken to over 8 million people, and he's an expert in business. Also an expert in communication, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Ron, thank you so much for being on the show.
Chris, a pleasure.
Pleasure. So, Ron, obviously you're an expert in communication, the do's and the don'ts in communication. So, Ron, real quick, what are a couple of do's in communication? What are some of the things that you do when communicating with people?
I love the topic, Chris, and I'm thrilled that you're doing this. And I'll just address this to everybody watching this. Communication is critical. Harvard Business School says that if you're not a good communicator, you're going absolutely nowhere. So your communication skills are vital. Let me suggest this to everybody listening. You know certain things are basic, like making good eye contact, like I'm doing with you right now. Hand motions, energy, all those things are valuable. But I think the one thing you have to do is you have to be scam proof. And that means you have to come across as authentic, genuine. You have to really care. Now, when I say come across as genuine, it's better if you are genuine.
Yeah.
If you have a heart that really cares for people. For example, I speak to large groups consistently. I love doing it. And I'm always reminded of something. I always say a prayer when I start in the morning, whether it's 1,000 people or 10,000 people. I always say a special prayer, and I say, God, help me to help everybody else. Now, what I mean by that is, if I start talking to somebody, and I am conscious of me, and I'm all wrapped up in me, and I'm thinking, how am I doing? Am I doing okay? Do they like me? Do they enjoy me? I am sunk. It will not work.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I think of them, if I think, how can I help you? How can I make you better? How can I improve your understanding? And suddenly my focus is not on me, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on the other person.
Okay.
And what that does, it creates a bond, it creates a connection. So again, there are basics such as eye contact and a firm handshake and a big smile. You do a good job on that.
Well, thank you so much.
You do great. I noticed that immediately. And while you do all this, remember that you have to project that you genuinely care about the other person. Now, one more quick thing, and this is interesting. If you're talking to a group, now there's a difference, of course, one-on-one, but if you're talking to a group of people, I learned a lesson from, of all people, Billy Graham. I was at a conference with him years ago, and he said something so great, I never forgot it. He said, if you're talking to a group, pick out one person in that group, one person, and do your whole talk to that one person. Engage that person. They said, look at everybody else and engage everybody else, but imagine that you are communicating with that one individual. And what that does, it makes you more personal. It makes you more connected with that individual.
Okay.
And it's going to expand the whole group. Tremendous technique.